Are growing fears of a backlash against the Muslim community in the wake of the terror attacks in Brussels. Joining us live on the 9 this morning, Zahra Billoo from the Council on American-Islamic Relations, or CAIR. Thanks for joining us this morning. Are you or those in your office already seeing a backlash, if you will, based on yesterday's attacks and some of the rhetoric we're hearing from some politicians already?
Honestly, it's felt like there's been 6 months of continuous backlash. What we hear regularly from American Muslims is that they are afraid of going outside wearing their headscarves, that their children are being bullied, and that there is heightened concern about law enforcement surveillance and harassment. It's not just the attacks, it's also the really horrible rhetoric that we're seeing from some of our politicians.
So what do you think is the answer? Is more education the answer? Is new policies? What is going to in your opinion, stop some of these backlashes?
What's really important, in my opinion, is marginalizing hate speech and Islamophobia. We need to make it unacceptable for people to feel as though they can paint an entire community that is so diverse, that contributes to the American fabric, with a broad brush, and to make sure that people know that they can't commit violence against American Muslims without consequences, that those things are punishable by law.
Zahra, I know you speak about the politicians and you're surprised about the rhetoric. Are you surprised that someone like Donald Trump, who has proposed a ban on Muslim immigration, is actually campaigning across the United States and winning states? And he won again last night in Arizona.
I'm frightened. I'm frightened that what felt like it was a joke a few months ago is now looking like a very real presidential race. I worry that as we advance towards November, that the rhetoric may become even more dangerous and violent.
Zahra, if I can talk on a personal level, I remember after the September 11th attacks, we heard stories about people choosing not to wear their headscarves in public, people actually changing their names to a more American name. Are you seeing these changes happening perhaps since the Paris or San Bernardino attacks?
More and more so. Just this week, we are working with the family of a young girl who had her headscarf pulled off at school. And so it's not even just adults, it's happening at schools, it's young people. And so our concern is that people need to feel as though they are safe to practice their faith. That is what the First Amendment guarantees, and it's what we're working hard to ensure.
And do you feel people here in the Bay Area, friends of yours, do they feel safe walking outside right now?
We've heard mixed feelings about that. There are some people who do continue to feel safe, but overwhelmingly people say that they try not to go out alone at night, that if they are going out alone, they're trying not to go into dark areas, that they're trying to, to be sort of discreet. And we hear this from Muslim women, who are some of the most visible targets, but we also hear it from allies in the Sikh American community, who are often mistaken for Muslim.
Right. Well, Zahra Billoo, thank you for joining us live on this morning.